So we're not far from the town of New Albany, and we've come to the town, or old town, or town site of Clarksville, 1803. Corps of Discovery took off down the Ohio River on their way to search out the Pacific Northwest and Louisiana Purchase. There's another plaque here. So yeah, the Clarksville was named after George Rogers Clark, William Clark's brother. And I guess he moved here, but then he had a stroke and then moved back to Louisville. And we're just gonna walk up here and see what they got. Feel free to stop and read as you wish. More Revolutionary War stuff. Wow. Had no idea. So, looks like we have this little cabin over here. Let's get up here and check it out. So I've come up to the cabin here. Aha! It's locked. That's a bummer. I didn't see a sign that said whose this might be, if it was where William Clark stayed, but it looks like maybe there was a nice house up here at one point, which maybe this was the Roger Clark or George Rogers Clark home. Nothing says anything here. We've got another dam here on the Ohio. It's kind of cool, water rushing out. Let's get a little closer here. I do like the way the water's just gushing out of there. So just so you know, I'm not lying. There's Louisville. Right over there across the river. Looks like a rail bridge straight ahead of us. Okay, so there's the Louisville skyline again. Across the Ohio River. And here we have her. Rosie the Riveter. I thought it'd be funny to come here. It's a great statue, actually. Let the plane go over here. Rose Will Monroe lived to 77 from 1920 to 1997. She was widowed at 22, and she found employment as a riveter on B-24 bombers. And it was Walter Pigeon who found her and used her for the documentaries to sell war bonds. This is a great statue here. Let me back it off so we can walk around it a little. I think they did a great job on this statue. A lot of times these statues are pretty hokey, but this is great. The bandana. Here. The lunchbox. I'm not sure. What is this? I'm not sure what that is. It's great. I guess after the war, she lived with her family here in Clarksville, Indiana. All right, so we have one more thing to see here, and then I believe we're off to our camp spot, I think. So we will see you. We're not getting out of the car for the next thing. We're just going to show it to you. So it's kind of on the road. Wouldn't make any sense to get out anyway. So see you then. So I have been informed by Carol that apparently we're going to go get an ice cream over here across the way. It's a pretty cool building, isn't it? All right, well, here's another little oddity, and I don't even know what town we're in. Do you?
Aren't we still in New Albany?
Oh, we went to Clarksville, remember?
That's Old Clarksville.
We don't know where we are. Anyway, this clock in front of us at Clarksville at one time was the largest clock in the world. And it's almost twice as big as Big Bend.
Big Ben.
Big Bend. Did I say Bend?
You did.
Oh, that's the national park.
Anyway, Big Ben in London. This one's
Ben in
40
London.
feet across.
Yeah, it's 40 feet. Now apparently it is the second largest. And it's not telling time.
It's not telling the correct time.
Not even close though,
But we don't know
because it's 3:59.
what is the largest clock in the room.
Yeah, we don't know what the largest. It's 3:59, so oh well. But this is Colgate, like I guess Colgate Palmolive type Colgate.
Go right.
Well, wasn't that exciting? So we're still in Clarksville, and we were turning. I just saw this out of the side.
Oh, wow.
This was kind of trippy. I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Seems like this whole area.
Nobody's behind me.
Wild flowers. Oh, wow. We should get out.
No.
Look at all this.
It's 4 o'clock. Not that big a deal. You can see it pretty good from here.
I'm going to get out and get pictures with my camera.
No, take some video then. But you're going to have to wait, because I'm going to go up here first. I'm going to sneak away and not let her take any picture.
This turned out to be the Local Arts Commission's Story Trail project, created in 2020 during the pandemic. It provides a safe and accessible space to interact with the art and paneled storyboards along its path. Here are some excerpts from 14-year-old local writer Ava Gleitz, a creative collection of colorful creatures. In a dusty old suitcase somewhere far, far away, there's a book about strange creatures and how they spend their days. Now, these creatures are rare and like to stay out of sight, but I'll tell you a few stories so you'll know what they're like. There are creatures called Keftli with yellow fur and big paws who like to go on walks and take naps by waterfalls. Keftlis are warm and they like to give hugs, and they also make friends with lots of ladybugs. If you see a sleeping Keftli, don't go too near, but sing a nice song for the sleepy Keftli to hear. Then there's Gel Aqua. These creatures are small blobs of water that roll around, but it's not very often one of them gets found. They like to play tricks and they like to play games. They like to play lots of very silly things. If you see a Gel Aqua, there's no need to be scared. If you like to play games, then you're very prepared. The next is a Neptil, who are green and look like fish, but they have one great big eyeball that cannot be missed. The eye of a Neptil can be any color, and no Neptil's eye looks like another. If you see a swimming Neptil, compliment its eye, and then it will jump from the water and fly. There's just one more creature I want to discuss, and that is the marvelous Rondombombus. This creature can spin, cartwheel, and flip. This creature is happy when it makes a loud pip. If you see the Rondombombus, you're in for a treat, because a play date with Rondombombus simply cannot be beat. So those were the creatures you've never heard of before, but I think you could come up with even more.
It is really amazing.
Well, we are coming to the end of our day, and I may drive us into our camp spot, but I'll be honest with you, I am totally exhausted. Getting in and out of the car, the air conditioning, the hot, humid, I'm ready, and I got to download tonight. Anyway, this part of the road, the reason I turned it on is we're coming up to our campground, which is called Clifty Falls, and it's really interesting, and maybe you can see up through the trees there, the stacks. Right at the foot of the entrance is a big coal power plant. Yeah, look at those stacks. Those are massive. You guys could probably see. I can't see the tops of them. You guys probably can. I've heard that sometimes you can get ash on your truck or your vehicle inside the park. Now, we've been here, well, again, I mean, this is my third time here.
This is only my second.
So here's our entrance. And anyway, though, what I was going to say was the times that we've been here. Now, I didn't go looking for falls when I was here by myself. Casually seeing whatever was on the road, and then Carol and I came, and I don't know if there's actually any. campground?
$40
It's fine.
reservation thing this year.
Well, just tell them we have a.
Hi, we have a reservation. $32 for the site and then $6 for the reservation fee. And now $9.
I mean, in all fairness, Texas charges an entry fee on top of the camping. But Texas camping is like $17. Look at the gorgeous cliffs off to the side. I don't know if you guys can see them. Ooh,
No
supposed to be a falls there, I guess.
water.
We did ask if any of the falls had water, and the guy kind of laughed. They got the big rain we got the other day, and said that was about the first thing they got in weeks.
So the ground just soaked it up.
So it's kind of just a long drive up into the park. It is beautiful formations in here. I think I stayed in a non-electric site the first time I was here, and then our site this time is very close to the one we were. Come on, Mr. Squirrel. Very close to the one we were in before. Well, good morning. Pretend like it's last night, because this is going to be the end of yesterday's video, because I forgot to show you the campground here, and quite honestly, it's thinned out.
Since yesterday. Yeah.
Every spot was full, and I swear you thought you were going to run over a kid every time you turned around on one of these little lanes. Some little kid was bopping out, or someone's little dog was running off. Sorry for the windshield kind of being messy, but it's very, very humid.
Oh, here's a dumpster. It was a kid's paradise, let me tell you.
Yeah,
We're running in gangs. Bicycles, scooters.
Teenagers, young kids. There was even a young, I don't know if she was a teenage girl, and I swear to God she had bell bottoms like back from the 70s or 60s. Yeah, she had the bell bottoms, the regular blue, and then a lighter blue on the big panel on the side going down. Yeah, it's pretty funny. But anyway, so this is really last night, pretend.
Pretend.
We had a great spot though, because there was a deep cul-de-sac that we were on, and we were at the end of it. We were on the left end of it, so we had probably the most privacy. We had no kids running by all the time. So, but man, you could just see it's just jam-packed in here. All right, well, I'm gonna
Heading for the
sign off, and if I'm lucky,
Look.
the windshield will finally totally defrost, and
Girls from the bathroom.
we'll be able to see.